This is a message for the world from the 27 million people of Yemen who are being annihilated by the Saudi-led coalition. For many of you who don't know the reason, it was to kill 0.1% of the Yemeni population who call themselves Houthis, who are also Muslims. Does anyone know what is happening in Yemen? We are cut off from the world by radio, media, internet, and Saudi Arabia has put false stations in their place to make Yemen look a happy place. Do you see anything in your country about Yemen? I guess not. No international mandate was announced for this incomprehensible and unjustifiable aggression. No movement has been made by the world to reject genocide of the Yemeni people. Where is the world's conscience? The UN has double standards for the poor and rich countries. Your silence and complicity destroys a nation in the worst human holocaust in modern history. What is the use of United Nations and all the humanitarian organisations? Where are your principles? All your meetings and talking, but action always comes too late. Does the 0.1% of Houthi people justify the bombing of every city and village in Yemen? An airstrike drops a neutron bomb on Yemen in the middle of the capital city of Sana'a. These are not our words, but reported by the International Atomic Energy Agency. Why is the world trying to keep it secret? Cluster bombs, bunker bombs, other forbidden missiles are being used against Yemen. Destruction of airports, ports and Yemen's infrastructure left millions stranded outside. They were stopped from entering their beloved country. You reduce the Yemeni people to begging for food. Does Saudi Arabia rule over the world? Is a barrel of oil worth a human life? No power, no fuel, no gas for cooking, no water, no food, no hospitals. Why the destruction of the only oxygen-producing factory in Yemen? Why the destruction of 35 hospitals and clinics by Saudi airstrikes? Yemenis are dying in the hospitals from lack of medicines because of the Saudi air and sea blockades. Who gave the Saudis permission to target civilian houses where all the neighbourhood is destroyed with them? You hit a water well in the middle of nowhere. Only women and children were drawing water. Why? Fruit and vegetable trucks, cattle and sheep trucks are targeted on the road. Why? The old city of Bab el-Yemen, more than 7,000 years old and one of the 7 wonders of the world, destroyed by Saudi planes. The museums, the home of the old Imam of Yemen, destroyed by Saudi planes. 25 historical places destroyed by Saudi planes. Relics from 1,400 years ago destroyed by Saudi planes. Tell me, were these threats to Saudi Arabia? Saudi Arabia is well known in history for the destruction of the most historical and holy sites in Saudi Arabia. Do you deign to call yourselves Muslims? We have lost all basic humanitarian needs because of the House of Saud and its allies, stopping all necessities into the country, and the rest has been destroyed. People have lost their families, their homes, their businesses. Children have lost their future. Schools, universities and colleges have been closed since 26th of March, and 5 million students have lost a year of their education. Saudi planes targeted many of the schools in Yemen. You have destroyed their innocence and made an enemy that we'll never forget. 24.1 million women and children need aid. That is 4 out of 5 people. 12.3 million are food insecure. This is according to the United Nations OCHA. Why? Humanitarian aid is in urgent and immediate need. The words of Ban Ki-moon. What is the world doing about it? Talk will not help these women and children. Our so-called government in Saudi Arabia sold the aid ships meant for the children of Yemen to Africa. Do they have the interests of the people of Yemen in their mind, or are they looking to profit from the misery of the Yemeni people? Hundreds of children are dead. Hundreds of women are dead. Thousands of young men are dead. Over 8,000 wounded, all of them civilians. Over 5,000 aircraft strikes and over 8,000 missiles have landed on Yemeni soil. Whole village populations have been annihilated. Over 1 million have been displaced from their homes. These are our homes. What if it were your home? These people have been reduced to living in sewers for cover from the continuous bombing. These are crimes to humanity, pure and simple. Look at these children. What would you do if it was your child? You claim that you are doing this for the President, Abdrabbuh Hadi, who by law is no longer the President of Yemen. The 20 or so-called people in Saudi Arabia do not speak for the 27 million in Yemen. They are comfortable with their stolen money and families in a safe haven. Do they care about their country? Why are they not here fighting with their people? They are traitors and cowards killing their own people. May Allah never forgive them for the massacre they have brought on Yemen. The House of Saud, you are the destroyer of children, the destroyer of women, the destroyer of men, the destroyer of one of the oldest civilizations in the history of Islam. May Allah not forgive you on the Day of Judgment. As Abu Hurairah narrates, the Prophet said, alayhi salatu wassalam, the people of Yemen have come to you and they are more gentle and soft-hearted. Belief is Yemenite and wisdom is Yemenite, while pride and haughtiness are the qualities of the owners of camels. The Prophet ﷺ beckoned with his hand towards Yemen and said, belief, Iman, is found there. Because of this, Yemen will prevail. You cannot win this war on Yemen, as Allah will protect Yemen. This is a message for the world. What are you going to do to stop this war and to help the Yemeni people?